Hello everybody, Robin here at Toadstool Tarot, and I thought I would take up a VR to Simon at the Hermit's Cave and his hashtag most overlooked decks. Now these are decks that are in your collection that that have been overlooked over time. And so what I did was I went to my shelves and just scanned the shelves to see which decks I hadn't used or hadn't looked at in quite some time, and chose a few. So, in no particular order, the first one is the Nigel Jackson Tarot. These cards are, I think they're tarot size, but they're a little wider than the average card. I would say they're almost like oracle cards. And this is out of print. These are beautiful cards, but I just haven't used them. I don't know why. I guess it's sort of pencil illustration. And I guess it's more of a pip deck. But it's a bit of a hybrid. They do have scenes on the cards as well as the pips. I won't show you all the cards, just a sampling, because I've got quite a few decks here. I probably am, I don't know if I will ever really use this. Maybe I'll come around, but I am holding on to it because it's out of print. Now, this is another deck. I really like this one, the Old English Tarot. I haven't used it in a while. But again, it's a sort of hybrid of a pip deck with some vignettes of scenes on the cards. Those are the backs. Oops. There's a couple of should probably try and tackle this one again now, because recently I've been better able to read pip cards. Let's see. Next one. This was sort of a fluke. This is Miss Cleo's Tarot Power Deck. And this has a really nice sturdy box, which I like. And it's a peculiar little deck. I guess it's sort of controversial, because she was sort of a controversial, some say, scam artist on television some time ago. And these are odd cards, sort of Egyptian inspired cards. Kind of a cartoony style version of Egyptian cards. Somehow I could never quite take this deck seriously, although I don't know why. Did you know the Egyptians wore fingernail polish? This next one, this sits almost opposite me from where I am on my bed, on a little cart full of tarot. And I don't know why I don't use this. It's really handsomely put together. It's the Essential Tarot. Comes in one of these sturdy slip top boxes. And this is another, is it a pip deck? Well, we'll see. I don't care much for this card stock. People like this heftier card, but it's not one of my favorites. It's got a little sheen to it. But I like the colors, and I like the illustration style. The characters almost seem like they're out of some children's book or something. You can't quite place the era. For some reason, this isn't a deck I reach for, but at the same time, I don't seem to be ready to let it go. You find that sometimes that you have a deck that you don't use, but something nagging you tells you that if you did get rid of it, you'd miss it, or at some point you might have come around to use it. So I'm not ready to part with this one yet. So that's the Essential Tarot. It's not particularly essential to me, but like I said, at the same time, I'm not ready to part with it. Next we have the Dante Tarot. Now this one I really like quite a bit, but I can't read with it. It's from, I think it's from Lo Scarabeo. It's got the old-fashioned multiple languages on it. And I really like the style of illustration, really stylized figures. But the problem for me is it has sort of its own system that seems to follow the work of Dante, with whom I'm not really familiar. And so when I look at the cards, I don't really see the Rider-Waite-Smith system. So I seem to be struggling with finding a way to read with it. So I don't. But again, it's out of print. I think it came out around 2000 or so. And so I don't want to let it go yet. And maybe at some point I will figure out a way to use it. Or maybe I'll read Dante and it might make it easier. Next is another sort of stylized deck. This is called the Yarn Tarot, and this appealed to me because I was crocheting at the time I got it. I still do, but not quite as much. And I sort of liked the novelty of the theme of using yarn. Again, it's a heavy box with a slip out. And we have in the 4 suits, we've got crochet hooks, spindles, I guess they are, knitting needles, and looms. And this one has a really nice, I don't know if it's out of print or not, it's got a really nice little hardcover guide in it, which is black and white, but it's a nice little book. The print's pretty small. There's a page for each card with the illustration and some keywords, an upright and reverse meaning, and just a sort of a generic description about a paragraph. It's about 3 paragraphs all told for each card. These are matte cards. Again, it's that sort of thicker card stock that everybody seems to like, except me. Those are the backs. And I like the stylization of this. Not sure how I feel about the color palette, which is sort of toned down pastels. Not real vivid, but there are some spot colors that pop out. And I think I bought this more as a novelty than anything. Let's see, this is, oh, these spindles are the cups. So there's the Ace of Cups. This was published by 6th and Spring Books. I don't think I've ever seen a deck quite like it, and I don't know if they published any other decks. I've never heard of them before. So I don't know if it's still in print. This might be of interest to people out there who work with yarn. Again, I don't really use this and should probably let it go, but its time doesn't seem to have arrived yet. I recently did a clear out, and maybe the next time I do, this will be in there, but for now, there's no need for it to go anywhere. And one more. This was, this is the Robert, oh, I can't pronounce it, Lichodziejewski Tarot. This came out from, I ordered it from abroad, and it's, I'm not even sure what country this is. It might be Polish or Hungarian. I'm not really sure. It is in a nice heavy 2-part box, and these cards are a little bit oversized, gilt-edged. I think there are more than one edition, because I saw this from Richie at Longman Tarot, and his version is a different color back, I think. These are sort of heavy cards, but they're kind of a little glossier. The figures are sort of stylized and elongated. It's dramatic, based on the Rider-Waite-Smith system. I don't know if these are, let me see. Do I have a card I can compare for size? They're slightly taller and a little wider than the average tarot card. The titles are in, I don't know what language, Polish maybe? But you don't really need the titles to figure out what the cards are, because it does follow RWS. So I won't slaughter the name again. I'll just hold this up closer so you can see the name of the deck. And that about does it for now. I probably could drag out a few more, but I think most people doing the tag are doing about 5 decks, so I think I have about 7 or 8 here. And I'll let you go. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time I have some content to share. Take care. Bye.